Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine and Kisumu is fantastic. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching the video from and whether you are also fine. The United Democratic Alliance Party, UDA party, conducted their party primaries earlier this week. And none other than the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, personally supervised that exercise. And in my view, the UDA nominations was largely successful, despite the challenges. But I opined on this platform that the UDA nominations actually exposed weaknesses within that party and within the Deputy President William Ruto's campaign team. And that President Uhuru Kenyatta can easily take advantage of those weaknesses. I'm going to share the link to that video down here. Can take advantage of those weaknesses to kick out William Samoei Arap Ruto out of the larger Mount Kenya region. Generally, that exercise exposed several weaknesses, but I'm just going to talk about the two. The chaos. The Deputy President can easily take advantage, the President can easily take advantage of the chaos which were witnessed in that party to advance his agenda. And to some extent, I was even thinking whether those chaos were sponsored by the state or they were just as a result of the nominations. But one thing which is going to cost the Deputy President, and he must be very careful with it, is the low turnout. So in this video, I want us to look at that low turnout because in my view, that low turnout can actually be interpreted to mean boycott. So I want us to look at why the larger Mount Kenya region boycotted UDA nominations. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. And I want to ask you guys to go to www.isorite.com. I'm going to put the link below here so that you can check. That website is a global merchant platform where you can sell and buy anything. Now let us get back to serious business. UDA party conducted their primaries. But what shocked Kenyans was the low turnout, especially in their strongholds of the larger Mount Kenya region. And none other than the Soy Member of Parliament actually talked about this yesterday in a funeral somewhere in Uasin Gishu. The Soy Member of Parliament wanted to contest for the gubernatorial seat of that county. He was defeated. But he was telling these people that unless they turn out in large numbers, there is no way William Ruto will be able to become the president, because he was actually shocked at the low turnout, especially in that region. But somewhere in the larger Mount Kenya region is where the problem is. William Ruto is banking on the support of the larger Mount Kenya region for him to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. And for William Ruto to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, the larger Mount Kenya region must give him 80%, 80+%. Of course, initially it was projected to be 85%, but those projections have come down to 80%. Because he's gained in other regions. But President Uhuru Kenyatta can thwart William Ruto's bid by taking advantage of this low turnout. And I was reading a post by none other than Wambugu Ngunjiri so that you can understand the impact of this low turnout. Wambugu Ngunjiri pointed out that in the last general election, that is 2017, during the nominations in Nyeri Town constituency, where he was a candidate, he was number one, but he got 17,000 votes. The guy who was number two in that nomination in Jubilee was managed to get 11,000. So that's 28,000. Number three in that in that nomination, number three got 7,000, which is now 35,000. So Wambugu Ngunjiri was comparing the 35,000 plus other votes. That's only 1, 2, 3, but there were several others. Let's say 40,000 people turning out for Jubilee nominations in 2017 and comparing it to the current UDA nominations. In the current UDA nominations, in Nyeri Town constituency, where Wembugu Gunjiri contested last time, the guy who won the UDA seat or nominations actually won with 3,000. So that means there was serious low turnout, which can actually be interpreted to mean boycott, that the larger Mount Kenya region actually boycotted that nomination. And someone also reminded me that, Lee, I want you to check on the nominations in Murang'a County in the last election. In the last election, there was Irungu Kang'ata and Jamlek Kamau. Irungu Kang'ata won by almost over 150,000 during the nominations. The second guy actually had around 120, Jamlek Kamau. And it was like, compare that to the current one, where you can't even talk of people turning out in Murang'a. So in this video, I want us to look at why the larger Mount Kenya region actually boycotted UDA nominations. The first reason, in my view, if you ask me, is that the larger Mount Kenya region, in these elections, they have very little or no stake. And that's why we are witnessing the low turnout. The truth of the matter is that in 2013, the Mount Kenya region had high stakes in that particular election. Mwai Kibaki's term was coming to an end, and the larger Mount Kenya region wanted to retain power. They had introduced Uhuru Kenyatta, so they wanted the power to remain in the House of Mombi. So what they did was to turn out in large numbers. And turning out in large numbers meant that they had to turn out in the nominations and then in the last general election. I mean, in the main general election. So in this election, there is no serious presidential candidate from the larger Mount Kenya region. And because there's lack of a serious presidential candidate from the larger Mount Kenya region, in their own senses, they think that they don't have much stakes in these elections. So they don't see any need why they should wake up very early, line up in those long queues to vote for the candidates who will then vote again. So they don't see why they should vote now and again in August. So that's why there's the low turnout. Number two, UDA as a political party had preferred list of candidates. That's the honest truth. And because they had list of preferred candidates, the voters down there didn't see any need of going out to vote. Take, for example, in Kandara, there was Alice Wahome. So because Alice Wahome was preferred, there were less interest in those seats. In Kiharu constituency, there was Ndindi Nyoro. So there was no need for other candidates to emerge. In Madeira, there was the Rigathi Gachagua. So there were very few candidates there. Even if they were there, they were sure that there was no way they were going to win. So because of preferred candidates, very few people turned up to vote. And you can even tell that, let's say in Kirinyaga, where we had, if we had Ngirishi and we had Anne Waiguru, if you had those two candidates, there were chance that Ngirishi was going to mobilize people to turn up. Waiguru was also going to mobilize people to turn up. So we are going to have high turnout of supporters of the two candidates choosing their leader. But in this case, the deputy president had identified Anne Waiguru, which forced Purity Ngirishi out, and therefore in this nomination, because Anne Waiguru had already received her ticket, her supporters did not see why they should turn up to vote. Ngirishi also, has already moved to independent, did not see why she needed to actually move to mobilize her supporters to go and vote. So because of that preferred candidates, the turnout was low. Number three, if you ask me, is President Uhuru Kenyatta's factor. President Uhuru Kenyatta factor. The truth of the matter is that President Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to run in this election. The people of the larger Mount Kenya region voted for President Uhuru Kenyatta 3 times. In the last election, they voted for him twice, including giving him a birthday gift. So a person like that, you can't write off. The challenge with the deputy president is that they wrote off President Uhuru Kenyatta that he might not have influence. And known to them, there were so many silent supporters of the president who kept off this nomination. So you can say that those who turned up are actually people who will definitely go and vote for Ruto. Those who did not turn up, majority of them, either they are supporting Ruto just because of Raila factor, but most of them are with President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's what I can tell you. And number 4, in my view, is that the fact that Mount Kenya, as we speak, does not have a serious political party. So they don't have a party they call theirs. UDA is largely Kalenjin party. And that's why you saw the nominations in that region, in the Rift Valley. In Rift Valley, the nominations was actually cutthroat. You remember what we witnessed in Bomet. You remember even the turnout was in Gishu, the contest between Mandago and Oliver Karori, where it was almost neck to neck. You remember the contest between Koltimoja, the gubernatorial candidate there, and Ambassador Bitok, how that contest was so close. It was bitterly contested. The turnout was high. You also remember even in Mogotio, where my friend Ruben Kiborek was contesting against the guy with the money, but he still managed to... that contest was so close and tight, but I know they rigged out my friend Kiborek. It is my hope that he's going to get justice because he won that election, by the way. But the truth of the matter is that UDA is largely Mount Kenya. I mean, it's largely Rift Valley political party. William Ruto tried to make it appear as if it's the party of the larger Mount Kenya region. That's not working. To add matters worse is that the fact that the deputy president has now agreed that other political parties can contest. So there is William Kabogo, Moses Kuria, there is the Farmers Party of Nyakeria. So those other political parties are providing options and alternative. There are so many people in the larger Mount Kenya regions who are now looking at it from a different perspective. They are going to run as independent. And also there's the Jubilee factor in that region. So the fact that the larger Mount Kenya region might not have or does not have a political party directly associated with them, apart from Jubilee, they didn't see the need of them turning out to contest. And you can say that probably Jubilee party still has a lot of influence in that region. And lastly, the truth of the matter is that UDA as a political party was the party of choice for many people in the larger Mount Kenya region. But the influence of UDA as a political party is actually waning. It's reducing in the larger Mount Kenya region each and every passing day. That's the fact and that's the reality. And because of the reducing influence, people did not see the need to turn up. The truth is, now there are so many people who are undecided whether they'll go for Ruto or they'll go for Raila. Actually, the majority of people who are voting for, who had made their mind to vote for Ruto, have now moved from UDA party to the undecided. So unless something happens, and I don't know what will happen, but unless something happens, the deputy president must be worried. He must be worried by the fact that the larger Mount Kenya region boycotted the UDA nominations. I know many arguments can be fronted why the nominations exercise in that region was attracted the low turnout. But the deputy president must work on that low turnout. If you want to work on it, you should forget the presidency. I don't know what you think. That's my take. If you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.